lessons today. We will begin from where we left in our last lesson, and we were looking at the different types of tariffs. And I remember we talked about the first type of tariff, which is the flat and uniform rate tariff, where we say that the cost per unit is uniform. Now we're looking at the second type of tariff, which is flat rate tariff. And in this case, we are saying when different types of consumers are charged at different uniform per unit rates. So you're charging different consumers at different uniform rates. So we refer it as flat rate. In this type of tariff, the consumers are grouped into different classes, and each class is charged at different uniform rate. Now, the advantages of this is that it is more fair to different types of consumers. Those who are consuming more have got their rate. Those who are consuming less have got also their rate. Secondly, that it is quite simple in calculations. So in doing the calculation, it is simple. The disadvantage for this type of tariff is that since a flat rate tariff varies according to the way the supply is used, then separate meters are required for lighting loads, power load, and so on and so forth. So in that case, therefore, the tariff is expensive and complicated. The second disadvantage is that a particular class of consumers is charged at the same rate irrespective of the magnitude consumed. So that becomes a disadvantage. Now, the third type of tariff is the block rate tariff. And we are saying this: when a given block of energy is charged at specified rate, and the succeeding blocks of energy are charged at progressively reduced rates, is what we termed it as block rate tariff. And in block rate tariff, energy consumption is divided into blocks, and the price per unit is fixed in each block. The price per unit in the first block is highest, and it is progressively reduced for the succeeding blocks of energy. Now, there is an advantage for this. The tariff or the consumer gets an incentive to consume more electrical energy. So the more you consume, then the lesser you pay. Now, the disadvantage for this is that it lacks a measure of consumers' demand. You cannot be able to tell the consumers' demand. The fourth type of tariff is the two-part tariff, and in this we are seeing the rate of electrical energy is charged on the basis of maximum demand of the consumer and the unit consumed. So we are dividing it into two parts: the maximum demand, and we have what is called the units consumed. Maximum demand and the units consumed. In this two-part tariff, the total charge to be made from the consumer is split into two parts: fixed charges and the running charges. And for us to get the total charges, we shall be having the charges per kilowatt of maximum demand. Then you add the charge per kilowatt of energy consumed. Advantages for this is that it's easily understood by consumers. It recovers the fixed cost, which depends upon the maximum demand. And disadvantages of this is that the consumer has to pay the fixed charges irrespective of the fact that he has consumed or not. And there is always an error in assessing the maximum demand. Now, next thing is three-part tariff. We should look at that. We also have the maximum demand tariff, power factor tariff. So any question?